This is what happens when your ex moves on quickly from your breakup. Stay tuned because this is probably going to be a little bit surprising for you. Hey there, it's Clay with modernlove.life, and in this video we're going to be talking about what happens when your ex moves on quickly from your breakup in your relationship. Now, I mean, obviously this is them getting into a rebound relationship, so we're talking about rebound relationship stuff here. I hope that's pretty clear. When you come out of a relationship and you very quickly go into a new relationship, it is, like 99.9 times out of 100 a rebound relationship. Potentially someone could be like so enlightened and so aligned with their higher being and self that they can just completely process their emotions in just a matter of a couple days or something like that, and then go on and have a completely organic relationship. Very unlikely though, especially probably with you and your situation. So please don't jump to that conclusion. What we want to understand here is what's actually going on with the psychology of a rebound relationship. And the first thing is that a rebound relationship is primarily driven by the belief that what's outside of me is more important and more real than what is inside of me. And that if I can grab something outside of me, it's going to cause me to feel something and then thus change my internal state. Now, obviously, it actually goes the other way around, where we start to work on our internal state more and then things start to align outside of us, but are going to focus on trying to look for externals in order to help them to fulfill some sort of inner yearning. One of the ways that they will often do this is by trying to jump into a rebound relationship. They can do this because they want to tell themselves some sort of story about how they moved on from their ex, or how they're in a new relationship, or how they're better off than before, or how this breakup was a good choice for them, or something like that. And rather than get caught up in that, what we want to do is we want to understand that how we focus our energy is, of course, the most important thing. So don't feel compelled to get into a rebound relationship yourself, but understand that this is what your ex may be going through. They're probably more in love with the idea of being in a relationship, or the idea of moving on, or the idea with being with someone who's, I don't know, more attractive than you, or better off than you, or more successful than you, or whatever. They're probably more interested in this idea than they actually are with the person that they're in a relationship with. That's one of the core fundamentals of emotional unavailability and rebound relationships, is that people are more interested in the actual concept rather than the actual person that they're dating or in this rebound relationship with. Also, there tends to be a lot of what's called displacement happening inside of a rebound relationship. What does that mean? When we are in a relationship with someone, we usually hit a certain level of commitment with that person. Maybe we're getting ready to move in together, or maybe we're talking about getting married, or maybe we're getting engaged, or maybe we're doing something else, like telling our friends and family that we're like a legit couple. And that may take a certain amount of time in an organic relationship. It might take several months, a year, whatever. But in a rebound relationship, this kind of stuff can happen within a matter of a couple months, couple of weeks, maybe even a few days. I've heard stories about people, getting engaged just a couple of weeks after getting into a rebound relationship. That's actually what happened to my big ex after the two of us broke up for our final time. Was she ended up getting engaged 2 weeks later. Obvious rebound relationship, right? But what's basically happening here is they're trying to recreate a similar level of commitment and a similar sort of familiar relationship as what they had with you with this other person. Because again, this isn't about an organic connection with someone else. It's about trying to create something familiar. It's about trying to create something that seems better than what they had with you, so that they can tell themselves that they moved on, so they can tell themselves that they're better off, so they can tell themselves that things are better than they were before, or something like that. They're not really making an organic connection with this other person. They're really just kind of falling into a story and sort of putting the blindfold on and just sort of barreling forward and hoping for the best. Now, obviously, rebound relationships can sometimes work. All it takes for a relationship to stay together is for both people to just decide not to break up. It doesn't mean it's necessarily healthy. It doesn't mean it's the best dynamic in the world. But that is one of the reasons why rebound relationships have such a poor track record, is because there is more of this idea of being in a relationship with someone, this fantasy, this concept of being in love, rather than an actual organic connection with someone and saying like, hey, this is who you are, I feel genuine affection and feeling towards you, and I'm building an organic connection, right? And so what usually happens, why rebound relationships often fail, is because people use this displacement to get in over their heads too fast, and then it's like, oh my god, we're engaged, and now I'm finally figuring out that you lack ambition, or that you are a narcissist or something like that, and now I'm in over my head and I don't know what to do at this point. And so people overcommit too fast in rebound relationships, which is why they often face a lot of challenges. Before we go ahead and continue on with this video, if you do like what we're doing here, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. And if you also like these videos that I do, please make sure you subscribe as well too. And hit that bell icon next to the subscribe button so that you can get notified when we publish new videos, and even when we live stream, so that I can maybe get to know you in the comments section and chat with you and maybe answer some questions that you have personally. Anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and carry on. So what can you do if your ex is in a rebound relationship and you want to connect with them? Now, you may feel an instinct or an urge to try to focus in on that rebound partner and try to tear them down or discourage them or put them down or convince your ex that they're a dirtbag or anything else. I don't want you to do that. That's not going to help, and more often than not, it's just going to backfire on you. What you want to do instead is actually to single-mindedly focus in on the quality of the connection that you're having between you and your ex. The quality of the connection that the two of you are having is the most important thing. And as long as you're nurturing that and building that up, you're going to be able to do what you need to do to actually get your ex to choose to be with you themselves rather than you having to convince them. You'll just connect better with them. They'll want to spend more time with you because the two of you are connecting better and it feels good for them. And they'll just naturally start to let go of this rebound partner and lose interest in them and naturally get closer to you. It's a little bit counterintuitive, but it's probably the most important thing that you can do. In terms of how to make that emotional connection happen, what I'd really recommend you do is to check out this video series right here next on advanced relational skills. Anyway, this is going to help you to connect in a much deeper way than most people in our modern society even know how to connect, so please go ahead and check it out next. Take care. My name is Clay Andrews once again, and I'll talk to you in the next video.